We can't forget this. Wolves played Man United in the Premier League and took all 3 points back to Molineux from Old Trafford. How cool is that?
Free kick is going to be to the right of centre. 4 in the wall. It's Cunha off the right foot or Sarabia off the left. Sarabia, goal! What a good strike. Almost his first touch since coming on. And a touch of genius. Bent that out of Onana's reach and it looked a goal. As soon as it was over the wall, it was always going in. And Wolves lead at Old Trafford through Pablo Sarabia 1-0.
Great result there for the Wolves. One man who was there was Dazzling Dave from Always Wolves Fan TV. Good morning, Dave.
Morning, mate. You all right?
I'm very well. How are you? I mean, you were there yesterday. What was the atmosphere like? I saw it on the box, but tell us.
Well, the atmosphere in Old Trafford generally was a bit not great, but the Wolves fans, as always, were in absolutely magnificent voice, cheering the team on throughout, celebrating that goal and applauding and getting involved with the team at the end of the game again with the Olays.
So, I mean, that's exactly what I meant. It was brilliant to see. I'm a West Midlands football fan. I'm a Blue Nose, but I absolutely loved it. I genuinely, not take this the right way. I assume you might have been in the same boat, but I genuinely didn't think. What has it been now? 5? Has it been 5 wins on the bounce?
It's the first time that Wolves have won 5 games consecutively in the top flight since 1970. And I think it's the first time we've done the double over United since 79-80 season. Unbelievable times, considering the pain that we've gone through in the last 18 months. This man has come in, he gets the fans, he gets the club, he's transformed it. It's just amazing what he's doing. And like you said, his catchphrase is first the points, then the pints, and often seen down in the local breweries and the local pubs establishments.
Yeah, I've seen that on social media. It's really important, isn't it? I think the Blues owners do the same, and it feels like you're so connected with the people that are going to take us to those places that we want to go. What's he like as a bloke? Have you met him, Vitor Pereira?
I haven't unfortunately had the chance to meet him yet, but obviously they've seen plenty on social. The press conference are night and day to when Gary O'Neill was in. The Gary O'Neill's press conference, he's a nice bloke, but it's so beige. Vitor Pereira turns up with a smile on his face, his energy, the way he talks, the positivity. It's just night and day to Gary O'Neill. And this guy, as I say, it's just gone past 600 managerial games. He's worked his entire life to get to the Premier League, and the fact that he's here, he wants to give everything, and you can just see that from how he is and how the team are responding and the fans are responding to him.
And that's what I love to see. I love to see that across the socials. You're above Tottenham, West Ham, big teams. You're safe now. Have you got to worry about? It's a bit of a. Is this the right phrase? When he joined, there was concern from football fans and Wolves fans that he might be just around, 18 months, 2 years. Do you think he'll stay now? Do you think the future is Pereira?
I think the future is Pereira. I think that's a bit of a misconception, actually. Yeah, he had a lot of clubs, but in Pereira's own words, he weren't someone that would leave somewhere and then sit around taking up a paycheck like some do. He wants to manage. So if something come up, he'd just go. So the reason he's had a lot of clubs was because he wanted to work. He lives and breathes football. I mean, he's worked all his life, and his entire dream, everything he's worked for, is to get to the Premier League. And the fact that he's here now and he's with Wolves, we're the lucky ones because he is 150% committed. The main thing is, though, that the powers that be, the board, have really got to back this man. Because if they're given the right tools in the summer and the right transfers happen in and out, I think we could be in for a really exciting journey. We've suffered a lot over the last 18 months, and these are the green shoots of hope that are back with the fans and the club, but they've got to back him in the summer. And if they do, I think we could be in for a new golden era under Wolves, under Vita Pereira.
I love that. And there's not many people that will know more about Wolves than Dazzling Dave from Always Wolves Fan TV. Dave, how does he improve them? What are you looking? What sort of investment do they need, that team? What sort of players are you looking to bring in? Positions?
Well, the good news is we could all see, all fans throughout the start of the season, that we were going to have an issue with the defence. That finally got resolved in January when they brought in Agbadu and Giga. We've got Yerson Mosquera coming back from a long-term injury. He looks really, really good. So I think the back line will look quite good. Semedo, if he can sign a new contract, would be great. Hugo Bueno should be back from Feyenoord playing in the Champions League. The midfield is looking quite solid as well. Andre and Gomez are absolutely key. They cannot sell either one of those under any circumstances. They are the absolute key. And we've got some really good midfielders just behind them. Obviously, there's question marks over Matheus Cunha. The foot forward looks like he will probably go. Sarabia's out of contract. Wang Hee-chan, Guedes. So the investment really has got to be, obviously might need another wing back, depending on what happens with Reinhard Nouri and, of course, Semedo. But the forward line have got to be stocked to back up, Jurgen Strand-Larsen, because I think there's been a little bit of changes. So that's the firepower's got to be backed. And the squad has just got it's got the basis. It's got the basics of a really solid, good backbone. And if they can strengthen, then I think we'll be in a really, really good shape. But it's got to be a very, very smart transfer window in the summer. And under no circumstances can we be selling Joe Gomez or Andre.
What a player. What a great player, centre midfield. Always good for a foul and a booking, aren't they, though? Really
well, they are. I mean, Andre picked one up yesterday, and that's the thing, isn't it? The way Pereira's getting them to play, you can see the belief that's flooded back into the squad, the way that they press. They didn't have the best of games yesterday. They were a bit sloppy, actually, yesterday. We were a little bit off it. But if you kind of remember back the goals we were conceding under Gary O'Neill from set pieces, almost every set piece we were conceding a goal. We faced so many set pieces from Man United yesterday, whether that was free kicks or corners, and they dealt with every single one. And the irony was, when we had our chance from a set piece, up stepped the little Spaniard Pablo Sarabia with an absolutely sublime free kick, top bin. And the celebrations that followed were absolutely brilliant. And the Wolves fans are believing. And, we thought we've never been out the bottom four all season. We can even get as high as 13th, even 12th. And it's £2.5 million a place. So that's the higher we finish, the more money, hopefully, that they'll give to Vita Pereira to invest in the squad.
Yeah, Leicester coming up, followed by, I think, trip to Man City, isn't it? Brighton. You can sort of enjoy those games now for a number of reasons. If you do get those, you climb the tables, you get more money. Sarabia, just maybe a last question for me, from a personal sort of football fan perspective. I wasn't too sure of him as a player. I think a lot of Wolves fans would probably agree with me. He's saying he's out of contract. He banged the goal yesterday. Do you want him to stay?
If you had that sort of Pablo Sarabia, then yeah, I mean, if we've had moments from Pablo Sarabia. You probably remember the game against Tottenham last season when we went behind early and we were dominant, and then up he popped with that amazing goal, and then the assist for Lamina to win it 2-1 in injury time. And then we saw last week a goal and an assist as well, and then up he pops again today. Yesterday with a free kick. He hasn't been obviously starting a lot, to be honest. Pablo Sarabia I think he's the most paid player at Wolves. Cunha might be a little bit more now, but we haven't had consistency off him. If you got that consistency, then yeah, absolutely fantastic, because he has got quality. Another player that's Vita Pereira's transformed since he's come in is John Rittner Bellegarde. He was a nobody man before he came, and he's almost like a brand new signing as well. And I think we missed him yesterday as well.
Yeah. I like Bellegarde when he comes on. Almost like an impact sub. Well, that's the sort of role he's been playing. Well, that I've seen he's been playing. I really like him. I think...
Bellegarde's been starting.
Has he been starting? I apologise.
Yeah, he's been a mainstay of most of all that winning run. Bellegarde's been starting, and especially since the new year, and he's been absolutely fantastic for us. He's, like you say, it's almost like a brand new signing, because he wasn't doing this before under Gary O'Neill, but Vita Pereira's got him in the right place, and he's really, really tenacious, and he wins the ball, and his assists have been good. He's been fantastic, and so he actually has been starting, and like yesterday, obviously he picked up a bit of a knock, and he was out the team yesterday, and I think we missed him a little bit yesterday, but we still managed to get the victory.
We need to get Pereira on Always Wolves Fan TV, mate, don't we?
Mate, I'd love to have him on because I'm happy to go down the pub and do a little chat with him. That would be amazing.
So I'll join you, mate. You know what? It's lovely to hear, isn't it? You've got a manager coming in, and that's my ignorance. I didn't know Bellegarde was starting, and you can see now if he's been starting the last 5 wins, you can see how managers bring the best out of players. Larson up front, it's a new player. You know, he's holding the ball up while he's connecting with the. You know, what a player! The future.
Well, the
is
thing is, Larson's another one that sort of had a little bit of stick, you know, but like he's turned it around. I mean, he's got 12 goals this season, 5 games to go now. In Jimenez's first season, he scored 13, and he has been out injured for a while. But also, Vitor Pereira said the role that Menetzi's been playing since he's come in has opened the channels for Larson to get in and score his goals as well. He's a very good manager, Vitor Pereira. He's a man manager. He's very Nuno-esque. He's almost Nuno 0.2. It's very early days yet. But he's a man manager. He knows how to manage the players, put an arm around the shoulder. But I also think he's a bit of a disciplinarian, and he won't take any crap as well. But he's got a real demeanour about him. Like, he's happy to be here. He's enjoying it. He's got a work ethic. He gets the fans. The fans see him as like almost one of us. And he's rebuilt what was a disenfranchised fan base that was broken, and you saw what was happening under Gary O'Neill, how it was spilling out onto the pitch and stuff like that. He has rebuilt that connection, and this is why I say it's so really, really important in the summer that Vitor Pereira is supported in the right way by the board. And if they do, I really think that momentum's such an important thing in football. If you look at the end of last season, where we're just losing, and we carried it on to start this season. You look at what happened to Forest last year, how they, they were so close to going down, and what they've achieved this year with the momentum. Leicester, when they nearly went down, and we had a good run towards the end of the season. I really do believe if we've got the basis of something special, but if they bring in the right signings in the right areas, then why can't we be pushing back for Europe and maybe even winning a pot? That'd be nice.
I love that. Well, I wish you all the best, Dave. Thanks for joining us. That's Dazzling Dave from Always Wolves Fan TV. Have a lovely weekend, mate.
And you, and all the best to the Blue Noses too.
I love that. Thank you very much, mate. You look after yourself. He was saying Nuno version 2 has taken a disenfranchised fan base into one that's empowered. And I'm sure that empowered fan base would want to listen back to all of the good stuff about Wolverhampton Wanderers on Always Wolves Fan TV. Check that out. So BBC Radio...